Hello and welcome to this episode of T-Tech. On today's episode, we're going to walk through how to patch a production network. I do hope you enjoy this one, and let's get into it. Hello and welcome to this episode of T-Tech. On today's episode, we're going to do a little demo and a little follow along as we patch a production network. So, I am in the production network right now. It's about 4 in the morning. And things need to be patched, but you gotta patch them when no one is using the network. So what we're gonna quick do is we're gonna use a protocol called SSH, and that is simply secure shell. And most times with network devices, that's what you'll use to get into them, to administer them. So what we're gonna do real quick, since this is a live production network, you don't want to be showing things like IP addresses, etc., usernames and whatnot, so I'm not going to show that. I'm going to pause it, SSH in, and I will see you in 1 second once that's done. Okay, we're SSH'd in now, and I can only show a very minimal amount of information, but basically, before I do the patch, we're going to show two things. I'm going to start with the uptime command, and as you can see, this has been up for 121 days, 21 hours and 43 minutes. I'm the only one logged in, and there isn't much activity since the load averages are very low. So what we're going to run to patch the system, this is OpenBSD. So what we're going to do is do a syspatch to do that. So we're just going to run syspatch. And this fetches the binary patches of the new software. When OpenBSD has any kinds of issues, they fix it, and they will have a patch that recompiles a piece of software. Well, the syspatch just saves time of me as the administrator having to compile it myself. So that is what this does. But here we go. It's starting to install those packages. And we're going to go ahead and pause here, and I will see you when it's done. Okay, it just finished. And one thing you'll notice with the syspatch up here, it says syspatch updated itself. Run it again to install missing patches. So we're going to go ahead and do that real quick, because you do want to make sure when you're doing network maintenance that you get all the patches you can, because you may have to, you don't want to end up having to go back the day after, do it again, etc. Sometimes it's necessary, but you want to get as much done as you can. So we're going to go ahead and run it one more time. And again, I'll pause the video and I'll show the output when we're done. Oh, there it is actually. It's already done. Now, I don't have the Xorg sets installed on this machine, so that is why you see that. But anyway, the patches are done. One more thing we'll do is we'll look at a variable called current boot time, just for a little bit of fun. So yeah, the last time the system was booted was like Friday, October 12th, 7:26 and 52 seconds in the morning, 2018. So, but that does give you a sense of the reliability of OpenBSD, of course. But anyway, now the last thing we want to do, you don't always have to do this depending on what the patch was, but really you should. We're going to reboot this machine. And in this case, this network does not have any redundancy with CARP or HSRP or VRRP or anything like that. So we do want to, there's one reason why you gotta do it so late, because it makes sure no one else is using the network. But you also, before we reboot this, we'll talk, you do want contingency plans. So if this thing doesn't come back up, which hopefully it does, but if it doesn't, I have a router pre-configured right by me here that I can use to swap out, that is configured to run the network while I fix the problem if the update fails, if it doesn't come back up for some reason. So that is what you want to do. And even better, if you have the budget and things, you can have failover in your WANs and in your routers and things like that. But in this case, we don't have that here. So you got to get creative. That's the main thing, though. Have a contingency plan, because otherwise this could start costing the company money if this doesn't come back up and I don't have a plan to get it back and running. So anyway, what we're going to do is reboot. And I'm going to go ahead and start the timer right when we reboot. And we're going to start. And the connection is closed. And what we'll try to do is ping to an address on the internet. And when it comes back up, we'll be able to ping. It just gives you an idea of the amount of downtime you're getting with something like this. With something like CARP or HSRP, this being the master firewall would stop sending advertisements, and they would end up switching over. The standby would take over that role. Any clients that are requested for the gateway would get the standby's MAC, and there we go. Okay, it's just up. We're going to stop. I'd say about 49 to 48 seconds. So that's with no redundancy. That's 49 seconds of downtime that you have to experience there in a network. But that's how we patch a production network, and we talked a little bit about contingency if something goes wrong. So I hope you enjoyed this one. And again, I'm Tyler with T-Tech, and have a nice day, and thank you for viewing.